Shona from ATB here, and I've got Christina Jeffery with me today. She's part of the ATB team and an important part of the ATB team. She's one of our pre-trainers that we use, and she does a fantastic job. Welcome, Christina.
Thank you very much, Shona.
I know when we do updates to say that people's horses have gone in for pre-training at Kyneton at Christina Jeffery's, they say, "Oh, where's that? What's it like?" So here we are, and you can see Christina and meet Christina and have a look at the facilities. We've just watched Escape the Rain work, and she really enjoys it out here. It's nice and peaceful and relaxing. We do have some lovely horses, and they're well educated. So when you get them from the breakers, they'll go for a spell, and then they come here. And they're quite well behaved.
They are, they're good. I mean, Bruce obviously does a really good job with them. Like I said, they're great on the ground, and as soon as you get on them, they go forward. And that's all you can ask for. And, I fine-tune a little bit with a bit of dressage background to make sure that they're round and soft and move off your legs, which people say is a load of rubbish for racing, but I don't believe it is at all.
I think it's an integral part. They have to know what leg aids are and how they work, and it also helps with keeping their muscles supple, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so, exactly. And I remember Joe Braun, a big vet that was with Percy Sykes, and he said to me, education can often win the race. It may only win one race, but he said, education can win a race. And I've sort of remembered that for a number of years. So.
Yeah, well, you can't just expect them to go out there and run. They need to know what they're doing, and they need to listen to the instructions from the jockey, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, as long as the jockey listens to the instructions from the trainer.
So there's two minds out there. It might be conflicting, but anyway. So when you get a horse from us, what's the process that you do?
Depends on whether I know them or not. Say it's an unknown 2-year-old, they'll definitely the first days I'll put a roller on them. That's assumed after they've been shod and had their teeth done. I'll put a roller on them and take them down to the round yard, and you get a feel of whether they're going to have a bit of buck when you put the girth on them. And then I tie their heads down just to make sure they've got good mouths. Next day, as the saddle goes on, and I go on. So then I'll ride them in the round yard, just get a feel of their education, whether they do have flexion and bend, and how they are in the mouth actually under saddle. They may get 2 days, 3 days, depends on the horse. This is 2-year-olds.
Yeah, and it gives you time to get to know them, and it gives them time to get to know you.
Exactly, and I rough them up a bit too, rub my legs up the rib cage and flack and whack and stuff so that they know I'm there, and then they just, I get on in the wash bay here and off we go up the road. So, and that's usually within 6 days they're up and down the roads and doing their job.
Yep.
Older horses that I know, like Supplements, when she came back this time in, I just saddled her up in the wash bay, got on and went out. Because she's the devil I knew.
And so working on the road, it's a hard surface, but that's really good for strengthening tendons and ligaments, and it also helps mineralise the bone, doesn't it?
I think so too, and I think it's all about balance and control too. You don't go up there doing 3/4 pace.
No.
I only canter on uphill. I never do it on the downhill, even if it's a slight downhill incline. I just tend to canter them up the hill. I pick and choose where the rocks are, obviously, because that's the only thing that probably bites me on the bum a bit, is that they can get stone bruises. And I've had 1 or 2, but nothing major. And the roads are great for them. There's kangaroos, there's rabbits, there's they just learn to go forward and
It's a great environment.
It is.
And so once you're comfortable on them out on the road, and they're accepting everything and ready to move forward, what do you do with them then?
Well, I do a few miles up the road as well. So once they're educated and balanced up the road, then I start to do some miles for actual fitness purposes as well. And they can get up to doing about 6 kilometres, some of them, obviously the older horses and the rehab horses and stuff. Then I'll take them to the track, and usually I'll take the young ones to the track 2, maybe 3 times, depending on their temperament, just for a slow look around. I'll often find a mate for them with another trainer, and then after that they go into starting doing their 3/4 work, and then move into their evens, and generally speaking, I haven't galloped any of the Australian thoroughbred horses, so and I don't, as much as I'd love to, I don't.
Give them a spin.
Exactly. And then they go into Darren's.
So, and I know that Wee is very happy with the way you turn out the horses when you get to them. You know, they're at a great fitness level and they look fantastic. They're nice and round and robust.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
shiny and gleaming.
And he's no fool either. Like he knows they're ridden as well.
Yeah.
You know, I think there's a big difference between going on walking machines all the time and being ridden. And I'm pretty sure he knows they're ridden, and they are. You know, and I love them. They're just, you know, when they're here, they're mine.
So, what's your it's a tricky question? What's your favourite ATB horse?
Imaging and definitely Taiyu.
Oh, yeah.
Although he and I fought a lot.
Oh, yeah.
But definitely.
Had stern
special.
words?
Yeah, we had stern words. And we rode in the snow.
Oh, really? Oh, gosh.
But you hope the groundwork gives the longevity in their preparation.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
what's important about this.
I think so.
Yeah. The better start they have, the longer you have a horse.
Yeah.
Or,
And he came in with feet problems as well. Like he wasn't just one you could just get on and go. He had sort of some confusing problems that did worry me, and I did ring the vets about him and just got a little bit of help. And you know, although he never went lame or anything, he was still able to work through his little problems. And then all of a sudden he was $1 million. So you know, I'm very fussy about them, particularly with their, you know, things wrong with them and stuff like that. And that's why I like doing your horses as well. Is that nobody pushes me to push them.
Yeah.
You know, if they're
It's
lame,
just when they
4
get
days
there.
off. If they have a change in the joint, Darren's happy to come and pick them up and take them home. You know, it's not a factory process, and I like that a lot. That suits me.
And so a new 2-year-old in for its first prep you might have for 4 to 6 weeks?
Probably longer. Yeah, probably longer because they're greener. Because it can take me 2 to 3 weeks just to get them well mannered and controlled. I mean, obviously the ones I've got now aren't like that, but I've had a couple that have had been longer. So sometimes I can have them 8 to 12. You know, that's the thing. No one seems to be putting me under the pump. It's just, you know, and it's not me taking money for working them for longer.
When the horse gets there mentally and physically.
And they get ridden by little people that ride short. So, you know, they've got to be going well.
With small brains.
You said that.
Jokes. I'm small, but I have a big brain. And I'm female. Oh dear. Anyway, the horse that was behind us just before is Silver Stratum. So for all you proud owners out there, that was him. And we've also got Good Journey in here. And who's the other one across the back?
You can't be.
Here we've got a typical morning at the pre-trainers when Christina brings her pre-trainers to the track. This is Silver Stratum that's coming off. Yeah. Off he comes. This is what you call a stripping store, where they tie up and get ready to be worked. So Christina's just popped the saddle on, Silver Stratum, getting ready to work in out on the Kyneton race course. It's a Friday morning. It's a nice slow morning. A lot of horses have already galloped. They galloped yesterday. Generally Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays they'll have a gallop. So today's nice and quiet. So Christina, what sort of work are you going to be doing today?
He'll have his third go. Well, I'll see how he goes when I first get on him, but he's had 2 goes at 600 3/4. So I may even do 800 3/4 with him today and just see how he copes, because he's mentally good, he's physically good.
And so evens is 15 seconds per 200 metres.
Yep.
And 3/4 time?
It to me is fit 17s.
Yep.
So I'll be trying for 17s. He tends to play when you increase the speed with him.
Yep.
So he's so you just do your best on him.
Yeah, sure. Just want some nice work, whether it's timed or not. As long as they're going around happy, it's a good result for a baby. Yep. Popping your safety vest on.
Have to.
Yes, fluoro.
Have to.
And a helmet. All rules of racing. So Silver Stratum heading out now with the buddy. They'll do a little bit of trotting and then they'll get into a nice canter to do some 3/4 time. This is the first time that Silver Stratum has worked with the buddy, so it could be a little bit excited. Of course, Silver Stratum is on the outside. Looks beautiful, just loping along, very relaxed. Notice that the pace has increased now that he's had a warm up. They continue to walk past the entrance of where they come onto the track and eventually slow down. And never stop at the entry or the exit point of the track, because this will get the horse into a bad habit of darting off the track when you're working past that entry or exit point. So you always work past it and then gradually pull up, do a U-turn and turn around and exit the track. Christina now in Silver Stratum after they've worked, and he worked really well, Christina?
He was good, he was really good. It was great for Larry Cooper to come over and see if I wanted to go out with him, because I haven't had him out with another horse, and to actually be able to say he's great in company, which I can now, and he was good, and he likes to play a bit when you open him up to go a bit faster, and I laugh because Larry said he's got the giggles, and that's exactly what he had the giggles.
Yeah.
But no, he was really good. He doesn't do the speed that easy at this stage.
Yeah.
But he's just a baby.
It's not about the speed at the moment, is it?
It's not. It's just about going straight and and trying, and time will. I mean, they're all natural runners. It's just it'll all fall together for him, won't it? So, but he's a lovely natured horse. He's really sweet, and I'm pleased that they put all that work in at home and educate him, and then they come round here. And he's a bit of a nerd, really. He didn't really do much wrong, so.
Have a bath after his workout.
Drag him out.
Yep. Again, part of the education process. That's what it's all about.
And they don't have to be race horses. I mean, I said that last time. They don't have to be race horses whilst I've got them. They've just got to be nice horses.
Yeah.
Over, kid. About hosing their feet and stuff off, because I think if you don't look at the feet, you haven't looked at anything.
Yeah. So now he's had a hose, he'll get it scraped down, and this will get all the excess water off. This just helps them dry off. It is a metal scraper. It doesn't hurt them. They're quite tough. Have tough skin.
Some of them you've got to back off, sensitive skin.
Some have fine skin. It's quite funny, some have very fine skin and you can feel that it's quite fine, so you know to go soft. But
he's not sensitive at all.
No. People think that they're soft animals, but they're not, and you'll see them rubbing on a fence or on a pole, and they rather rub their face. It's like they've got no feeling in them at all, so they are a tough animal.
No pulling. His favourite part of the morning.
Most horses love this, as you would. Gives you a chance to clean around their eyes, up their nose, just like a little kid. Again, all part of the breaking in process and education, rubbing them all over with a towel, flapping around. It's all very good for them.
Bruce does a very good job. I do too, but I mean some of them don't like their legs being dried off a bit. But you don't. One thing I know, you don't have to sneak around your horses because they've been well handled before I get them. I just continue the good work basically.
Yeah.
And I hope we just improve their education and such too. I know I definitely improve their mouths.
Yeah.
Where you're sitting when they're round on the bit working like that. I know I definitely improved that.
Yeah.
That's really the only thing I fight with when I first get them.
Alright, and this is Christina. We'll see you soon.